So basically, all we're really looking for is sort of how Winterim got started and how it grew into what it is today.
Well, I know I don't remember the year. I think it was might be 72, 73. I'm not sure exactly the year. And it got started. I mean, at that point in the country, a lot of educational institutions were looking for experiential education, ways to put that into the curriculum. And so a group of young faculty members, Mr. Kern, who was one of the leaders of that group, proposed Winterim, this 2-week period where kids could do an experiential education project. And the faculty voted on it, and it was accepted, and it was put into place. Now, Lawrence was a much smaller school then. I think it had just gone co-ed, so probably only been co-ed for a year or two when it happened. Initially, it was a program that it did a lot of some of the things that we do today, but it did a lot of things that we would not consider to be appropriate. It did a lot of touring. It did a lot of going to European capitals and doing things like that. I mean, there was, even in those days, kids were even allowed to, believe it or not, drink in a cultural setting if they went to Europe, and since it was legal in Europe, they were allowed to do that. That obviously ended. That ended, I think, just about when I came, or maybe even before I came, and I've been here for over 25 years, so it's a long time. As the program grew, it changed, and it became, I shouldn't say it changed, we became more rigorous about making sure that the programs were about kids doing something. So the idea that kids have to do something, that the programs have to be set where the kids are actively involved. It can't be passive. You can't get on a bus and tour Germany. You have to be actively involved doing something. And the program has become really a mainstay of Lawrence, as you probably know. Certainly there have been a couple of times where faculty have talked about, this is years ago, not for many, many years this happened, but probably 20 years ago, I remember faculty started talking about whether or not we want to continue it, and it was really sort of re-endorsed by the faculty and by the administration that this is something that we want, and it's become, obviously, as you know, a pretty important program to us, and something that it's one of these programs that kids remember Winterim after they leave. That's what they tend to do.